All right. Good morning, everyone there online, or maybe it's not morning for all of you, depending where you're watching this stream. Welcome to the launch event of the WDB 2023 World of Digital Built Environment Summit. My name is Teemu Lehtinen. I'm the CEO of KIRAHub, and we're one of the co-organizers of the WDB Summit. And it's my pleasure to have also here on site at Urban Tree Space, Jan Saar from Estonia. Welcome.
Yeah, it's really great to be here in the studio, live and in person with you, Teemu. I had to take a really early morning ferry, and get up at 5 a.m., but it was totally worth it to be here and share with you guys all the great stuff that's going to happen in September in Tallinn and Helsinki.
Yeah, awesome. We also have Jacob from Copenhagen online. Welcome, Jacob.
Thank you, Timo. I wish I could be there with you guys, but I just had to look forward to coming to Helsinki and Tallinn in September. But very happy to be here and join this launch with you.
Great.
I guess the ferry trip from Copenhagen is a bit longer than from Tallinn.
It's a bit too long, but luckily we can do it online. But there's nothing beats the physical meeting. So looking forward to September.
Great. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
All right. So, as said, WDB is a nonprofit community event for accelerating digital transformation within the built environment sector. And we are doing it every year together with our country partners. This year we have Finland, Estonia, Denmark, and also the Netherlands involved. Hopefully we can grow the network a bit in the future as well. Couple of words about what WDB is. So we started the event actually some years back, and we wanted to provide a platform for people to come together on an annual basis and sharing their work and achievements with digital transformation within different life cycles of the built environment sector. Actually, the founding story, we were running the KIRADIGI project here in Finland, and we were discussing in our strategic steering group that should we just start traveling around the world to learn and see how people in different countries are developing their digital practices. And then some wise person in the group said that, no, that's not really efficient way to do it. We should invite everybody to Finland and share. So that was where WDB Summit started back in 2018. And it has become an annual gathering of kind of digital change makers in our sector, both from public sector and private sector. And that's also been one of the heavy focus in the event, having this discussion between public sector and private sector, from governments, from cities and municipalities, and then from all kinds of companies. So we usually get a lot of these development managers, CIOs, CDOs, BIM managers, people that work in the kind of interface of operations and technology and new technology. But we also getting more and more now the clients, the users, contractors, architects, engineers. So it definitely it is a event for forerunners in this topic.
All the cool guys, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I remember in the 2018 when I was here for the first summit as well, and it kind of blew my mind, and it was so great that I knew we had to be part of it. So that's when we managed to team up with you, Teemu, from the Estonian side, and I think it's been really great to do these events together.
Yeah, definitely. And as said, this year we have again a great group of organizations as co-organizers. In addition to us, KIRAHub, we have RIL in Finland, we have Ministry of the Environment, we have Ministry of the Economic Development and
Economic Affairs and Communications, but
okay, that's always difficult.
Yeah.
And then Estonian Digital Construction Cluster, BLOXHUB from Copenhagen, and then the Embassy of Netherlands. Little bit about history as well. You just mentioned that Estonia has been with us almost from the beginning. The story actually started in 2018, and 2018 and 19 it was a on-site event here in Helsinki. We had 400 plus participants both years. Then we had some a bit challenging years with a COVID. We actually had this great plan together with Estonia and Finland for 2020 to have this twin city approach with a ferry ride in between, and then the COVID struck.
Yeah, but we had the plan and we finally realized it, right?
Yeah,
last year. That was great.
Yeah. So 2020 was a bit different. We ended up partnering with Epic Games and so on, and did the summit actually 100% virtual. We built this quite amazing illusion city on Unreal Engine, where we had buildings from Helsinki, buildings from Tallinn, and actually the future undersea tunnel between the cities as well. That was quite amazing, right?
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, that we had ideas, what are we going to do? We can't do it physically, but let's do it online, but let's not do it like just, Teams meetings. And I think it was really a great concept to explore this illusion city and having kind of an immersive environment. So I think it was one of the first times this type of technology was employed for a conference like that. But it was a lot of fun. It made it a lot more interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Another year, 2021, also COVID still around. We did another approach on virtual event, kind of having 3 different locations joining in the illusion city together: Helsinki, Tallinn, and Copenhagen. That was quite interesting as well.
Yeah, it was more, I would say, more live because in 2020 we had a lot of pre-recorded stuff just to make sure everything works, and technically it was very complicated. But in 2021 it felt more kind of a community thing happening live, but it was still online though.
Yeah, more real time. And now then, last year we were able to go back to our original plan. Also operating as hybrid, so providing access on virtual attendance as well, but mostly focusing on on-site experience, both in Helsinki, Ferry, and Tallinn. And this year the plan is to do it similarly again, of course, improving in ways that we can improve, and switching it around a little bit. So first day in Tallinn this time, then ferry to Helsinki, and second day in Helsinki.
Yeah, I mean, last year was such a blast to get people together, and we had so much fun in all the different venues and social events as well. So yeah, it's one of my highlights of last year. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen this year.
Definitely, we can go deeper on that soon. But let's take a look a little bit what last year looked like.
Yeah.
And this year, the 5th time, we're celebrating the forerunners of the digital built environment.
Talk to you about our research on integrative computation, design and construction, which may open the door for rethinking architecture.
And talk a bit about catastrophes and BIM tension, so some lessons I've learned along the way.
We see the building blocks of the metaverse come together and what that means for digital environments.
Trying to make the world a better place just through giving people easy, visible tools to do planning.
So far, it has been an incredible event, and I promise it's going to get even better.
It was very exciting to be able to get, in my mind, the best data, fabrication data, and then figure out how could we build applications that added value to mainly either the people in the factory or the people that were out in the fields erecting the structures.
So the goal is connecting startups and AC technologies and services to AC firms who are using these technologies and vice versa.
And we believe that we are on a tipping point, or I can call it an inflection point, where we see that technology can really help us to bridge that gap.
And I think these three trends really working together is really helping these projects go according to plan.
Nice memories there.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So let's go a bit more detail on this year program and what's coming. So the topic or theme for this year is climate tech. So investing in climate through tech within the built environment. It seems kind of quite a hot topic at this point. We've had these different buzzwords: prop tech, con tech, urban tech in the past few years, and now it definitely seems that this year is the year of climate tech.
Yeah, I mean, if you look around, I mean, the summers are getting hotter here in Tallinn and Helsinki. So in September we're expecting very nice weather again. So but that makes you a little bit worried. I mean, where is it going? And we need to really think about how we should maybe do things differently, but not to change the way we live, but change how we work, especially in the built environment, and using technology to help us solve, the climate crisis that's happening all around us. Can't deny that.
Exactly. So yeah, let's go through the program structure a little bit. So we'll start in Tallinn.
Yes.
What's expected there for the first day?
So the first day, we have the honor of welcoming all of you participants in Tallinn, which is a great city if you haven't been to Tallinn before. And if you've been to Tallinn, well, then you already know what a nice place it is. And the first Monday, we're going to have a nice orientation day. So everybody, we invite everybody to come the day before, get acquainted. We have a nice socializing event, evening get-together. And this is what I really like about WDBE as well, is on one hand, you have a great program and content, but the real reason why people come together is to network and to exchange ideas and to create synergy. And for this, you just need, to put people into one room and get them to talk to each other. Having a little bit of drinks and something to snack on is always a bit beneficial. So orientation day on Monday, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're moving on to Summit Day. Whoops, a little bit too fast there. So, and I'm not going to read out the whole program here. You can definitely go online, WDBE.org, to check out the full program. But we have keynote sessions, we have community sessions, and it's a really packed program. And a lot of effort from the program committee has gone into putting this together. And it's been challenging, but I think that the result speaks for itself. And the venue, again, this year is going to be the fantastic cruise ferry terminal in the port of Tallinn. And, the views from that terminal are fantastic. You get to enjoy the sea, see how the sun sets, etc. So it's a fantastic place to have an event, and it's a really nice fresh air and all of that. And yeah, here's just a quick overview of the main sessions. So we have community sessions on sustainability through BIM, collaboration platforms to accelerate sustainability, and investing, again, in sustainability, because we're talking about climate tech after all. But one of my personal favorites sessions on the Tallinn Day is, of course, about BIM-based permits. So there's a lot of cool developments happening around Europe. In Estonia, we're piloting, how to get building permits through BIM models by automating, checks. And I really think it's one of the killer apps for BIM. But we have a special program for that, and related with the Accord research project that's ongoing and involves a lot of countries. But I could go on and on, but you have to come to WDBE to hear all the latest developments. And I think now it's over to Helsinki.
Yeah, maybe one more point to the first day in Tallinn, that we're starting at 10 with the summit content. So that allows people also to take the first ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn and get on time to the summit, if you want to miss all the fun on the previous night.
Yeah, I strongly recommend coming on Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
But the switch from Tallinn to Helsinki, last year we had kind of a bit more organized tickets, I think. But this time it's you have to kind of book your own ferry ticket just to be wary of the extra.
We have reserved a certain slot and number of tickets for a certain time, and also the buffet for the evening of Tuesday. So it is possible to kind of, if most of the people want to take that, then there's a big group going on the same ferry.
Yeah.
But of course you can choose the time yourself.
More options, more freedom, but definitely we will provide recommendations and follow-up emails on which ferry to take, so that you happen to be in the buffet with all the other WDB crowd and enjoy the
I
networking.
think there's also a discount code for that. So all the information will be at the website. So this day 2 in Helsinki, it has quite similar structure. So difference is that we actually start an hour earlier. So the content will start at 9 a.m. The doors open at 8. So we have the first with a keynote session, and then community sessions and partner sessions during the day, and then the day will end to the final keynote session again. And the venue is the same as well as last year. So Clarion Hotel Conference Center here in Helsinki, Jätkäsaari. Community session topics for the second day will be around emerging technologies, digital city planning, smart and sustainable buildings, and sustainable and energy efficient cities. So very much in line with the theme of the year.
Excellent.
Also, we have the kind of cherry on top to end and finalize these 2 amazing days. So we have the WDB Awards party in the evening of the second day, where we have a kind of like a after party event with celebrating the winners of the awards. And we will host it here at Maria 01.
And there's still time to submit for the awards, your application?
So definitely the deadline for submissions is June 30th, so the end of next month. So there's plenty of time to do that 1-minute pitch. There's 8 different categories, so you can choose which one fits your solution, your projects, or your work, and submit the application.
It's always fun to hand out awards, but it's even more fun to receive an award. So don't forget to send in your pitches, guys.
And all the winners will get the tickets to the next WDB Summit as well. Great. So let's have a quick run through with our keynote lineup. We actually have a lot of VCs in the keynote lineup. This year, we have Miguel Nigora Esteban from Fifth Wall, one of the biggest VCs in the world focusing on the built environment. And climate tech is their #1 topic at the moment. We have also Seb from Fundamental, another big VC focusing on the built environment. We also have Michael Jackson from Multiple Capital joining as well. Then we have others too, bringing different types of perspectives. We have Marcia Polpagni, head of BIM International at Mace Group in the UK. We have some research approach as well. Daniel Hall, assistant professor at TU Delft. He's been working a lot about industrialized construction, kind of systemic innovations within built environment, platform economy, and so on. Then we have an architect, Michel Chouareb from Canada, from PDB Quadrangle, director of innovation, working in the interface of technology and sustainability, actually. Really interesting person. And finally, we have PJ Siegel from the US, California, also an architect. PJ used to be actually at Apple, designing the modern Apple Store concept. And then after he left Apple, he started his own company called Juno, where they are doing industrialized timber construction for apartment buildings, and also kind of branding the living experience in a new way, so that everybody in the future actually want to live in a Juno house. So it'll be really interesting to get him here to share his views on this.
I think it's a fantastic lineup of keynotes, and yeah, I think a lot of these names are very familiar to hopefully our viewers, and I'm looking forward to first hearing their keynote speeches, but also having an opportunity to actually talk to them in person and to have chats. So, and you know, as there are so many VCs this year, I encourage all of you startup guys as well to pay attention and make the most of it. So WDBE is about networking and community and getting the word out and helping this year, especially through climate tech, to solve big problems as well.
Exactly, and there's going to be 2 more keynote being published soon as well. So at least one from really major global tech company riding the wave of AI at the moment. We will let you know a bit later who that is. And then also another major VC focusing on the climate tech. So interesting times.
So would it be smart to grab your ticket now before the announcements are made and all the tickets are sold out?
Yes, definitely. And I mean, not just that, but the early bird is actually ending by the end of this month. So.
Oh yeah, so that's next week already, right?
Yeah. Also, we have already incredible partners with us for this year. We have Haahtela, TVD, Metropolia, Platform Trust, Urban Hub Europe, City of Tallinn, and Confederation of Construction Industries. There's still some slots for partnerships available, so please let us know if you're interested in that. Alrighty, then let's go forward. As mentioned, early bird is ending next Wednesday, so hurry up and grab those cheap tickets before the prices will.
Yeah, and just to note as well, there's an opportunity to get group tickets, right?
Yes.
So for if you know, it's a nice idea to take your team out maybe to a fun event in Tallinn and Helsinki, and get to know a lot more what's happening in our industry, the built environment and technology, the merger between those two. And yeah, I definitely recommend the group tickets.
And actually, this year the group ticket is a way to become the first level of partnership as well. So all group ticket buyers will get their organization and logo as community supporter level partners as well. So get a nice little touch of visibility there as well.
Last year we had maybe a simpler pricing model, but I think we made the decision to kind of split it up a little bit so that we could lower the bar, so there would be more opportunity for people to join, and maybe if they don't have possibility to join on both days, they don't have to pay for both days. Although definitely I would say take these 2 days and enjoy Tallinn and Helsinki.
Yeah. So there's full ticket, includes everything. There's day 1 ticket, day 2 ticket separately. And then there's, of course, the group tickets with special discount. And we also have virtual ticket for the whole thing as well. So check them out at WDBE.org. All right. We don't have much time left, so we have to also get Jacob online to have a little discussion in the end. We already mentioned the awards. By the end of June, go submit your applications there. You can see the categories on the website. We are also collaborating with AEC Business and Arni Heiskanen with the media collaboration. We are doing the WDB Talks episodes for podcasts with Arni and all the keynotes. Maybe we could actually now watch a small video with Arni from last year's event.
What has been the most exciting thing so far at WDB for you?
I have to say that collaboration and networking. So many interesting keynotes and sessions so far, but the collaboration and meeting old colleagues and co-workers and also new ones, this is the best thing here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Jacob, how's it going in Copenhagen?
It's good. We're gearing up for the summer here, and we have a lot of activities. I think it's a very good time to be working within the built environment and also digitization. And I think for this for the theme of this year, it's very relevant. You kind of sense us that the burning platform of climate change really kicking in now. Also, we have new regulations with the EU taxonomy. So I think there's a sense of urgency that's really productive, and that's also why I think the theme for this year is very apt. We need to scale up some of these solutions, some of these digitization tools for actually tackling climate change. So I think there should be a lot of interest in this year's conference.
Definitely. You've also been with us for a couple of years now. Any kind of highlights or success stories to share?
Yeah, it's the first year I was joining. It was we had this stage in BLOXHUB in Copenhagen with the green screen, and so there was a very interesting experience, and everybody was kind of trying to adapt to this new situation of not being able to travel. So it was very interesting to come to Tallinn and Helsinki and experience this ecosystem of innovators, and I think for our part, this is one of the best places to really learn about the new trends, the new technologies, to meet the front runners. I was very impressed with, for example, Achim Menges, and of course Damon Hernandez. We were talking a lot about the metaverse. I think this year we will be talking a lot about AI, but it's definitely the place to be if you want to get a sense of where innovation is going within digitization in the built environment.
I think it's also, the region of Tallinn and Helsinki it has a kind of a different vibe to it, and this is the feedback I was getting from participants who were, coming from further away in Europe or other parts of the world as well. And I don't know. It's tough to kind of put your finger on it, what it is exactly. But the startup vibe, especially Estonia as well. The country with the most startups per capita, most unicorns per capita. So there's definitely something exciting in the air when you come here, and because the event series is also, well, now it's 6th already, but it's still relatively fresh and new, and we try to kind of reinvent it every year a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Which countries would you like to add as a co-host next year?
Well, we could try some of the other Nordic countries.
Yeah.
I think a lot of interesting things are going on in Norway of course, also. But I think more countries should join in general. I think if we also look a little bit more south, if you look at Southern Europe, I think it's a lot of things are going on there. But it should definitely be broadened out because we do have this, I think, very not just Nordic, not just European, but global ecosystem joining this event. So it's not really limited by geography. We could easily include other countries.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, first and foremost, the Nordic things are happening here, and I think a lot of the attention from the built environment and adoption and implementation of technologies is focused in this region. But of course, I mean, there's a very vibrant startup scene in Israel. So I would be very keen to maybe get them on board at some point and really kind of merge it together. But let's see, if we have a lot of VCs and startups this year, and we can start the discussion with the Israeli guys.
Exactly, and we also have the Urban Hub Europe network now launched and growing this year, and we're connecting that more and more deeper to the WDBs as well. So similar country ideas within that network as well. I know we're a bit over time already, but a really quick biggest expectations for the upcoming September event.
Well, I'm looking very much forward to learning from the VCs about what are they looking into, what are their expectations, and what are they looking for, which types of solutions. You mentioned BIM before, Jan. I think that's a very interesting topic, but it's also something that we have a lot of. We see a lot of interesting developments in Denmark with a lot of capital being raised actually into climate tech. So I think this is, no matter what happens in the global economy, I think this will be booming. It's locked into regulations. It's locked into people's expectations. So this is really something we should keep our focus on.
Yeah, for me, it's really about what I want to see is the practical applications of technology. And that's also what I like about WDBE. It's not so much theoretical or academic. It's about actually putting the technology to work and seeing use cases and actual success stories of how it's being done in places around the world. That's what I'm really looking forward to seeing more of. And of course, connecting with all the great people who are going to be there. That's always a lot of fun.
Definitely. Thank you so much for.
But what is your expectation, Teemu? You're always asking us, but you're not opening up your own opinions. What are you expecting?
Yeah, I mean, I'm also maybe in line with the Jacob thoughts on the VCs now, because they are actually quite big of an enablers of boosting these solutions and technologies and actually scaling them to the wide use. So maybe helping that interaction between these major VCs and then our startup ecosystems, Finland, Estonia, Denmark, and doing some impact on that connection. So that's probably my biggest expectation.
Yeah, and definitely I think if you talk to VCs, you get a kind of a little bit of view into the future or the trends that are shaping. So that, yeah, fully agree. That's going to be very exciting.
Awesome. We're 5 minutes over time, but that happens. We will, in the end, we'll show a little glimpse also, another glimpse from last year's, but thank you everyone for joining this launch today and hope to see every one of you in September.
Yes,
Bye.
See you guys in September in Tallinn and Helsinki.
See you in September. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The most exciting thing so far at WDBE for you?
I mean, WDBE, it's been very exciting. My favorite part is just meeting everyone. You know, I don't get a chance to network, and with the pandemic, I haven't been able to network with Europeans quite a lot. And so just like I was just having a great conversation with work here about their platform, and just talking to all the BuildDots and to all the other companies. It was really interesting to see what they're working on, and some of the similarities and differences between the European market and the US market. You know, I think the challenges around sustainability, around worker shortages, around supply chain, around digital twins are all really interesting. So that's been great to learn about.
Okay, thank you, Reid.
All right, thanks.